Good morning, students. This is Venkat. Welcome to social class. As we learned in the last day's class, that is about atmosphere part 1. So today I'm going to start the next part, that is atmosphere part 2. Come with that what we learned in the part 1. So we learned in the part 1 what is meant by atmosphere and also from where we taken that atmosphere word, that is atmosphere is a word taken from the two Greek words atmos and spera, and also we learned some description of atmosphere by NASA and some other general description of atmosphere. We learned that one more is about composition of atmosphere. It means what are some different types of gases that you can find in the atmosphere, and also we learned that along with the gases we also found that water vapor. Our atmosphere is also consisting with some different type of dust particles, that is called as particulates. Because of the particulates only, the color of the sky and all is going to be changed. If that particles are more, it is more dangerous to that environment also. And we also learn the structure of atmosphere, that is we learn about troposphere, stratosphere and ionosphere and mesosphere, these all the things. Next we also learn about the pressure, or else called as pressure belts. So one more time I will revise what are the pressure belts which we learned that, and I also give that some alternative names because that is a class having some link up with today's class also. We know, everyone knows that 0 degree is called as equator, 23.5 degrees is called as Tropic of Cancer in the northern side, Tropic of Capricorn in the southern side. Arctic Circle 66.5 degree in the north is called as Arctic Circle. 66.5 degree in the south is called as Antarctic Circle. We know that we learn Tropic of Cancer and this all the things. Come to that, what is this? You know, from equator, that's the last day's lesson, the equator side is called as equatorial high pressure belts. Pressure belts, we know that equatorial high pressure belts. So the area which is near to that north and also the south of equator is also called as equatorial low pressure belt. It is not high because of high temperature. We found the pressure is low. So the reason you can say that equatorial low pressure belts. From 0 degree to 23.5 degree area in the north and also the south. It means 0 to about 20 degrees in the north and south is called as tropics. What you can say that? Tropics. So in the north and also south we have one more belt is called as tropical high pressure belt. What the belt is called as? Tropical high pressure belts. So it means the winds are blowing from tropical high pressure belts to equator side in the north and also in the region of southern side. So the area between 0 to 20, about 20 is called as tropical region, and before we learn about the topic is tropical high pressure belt that you can find in the north and also the south. Above tropic, one more belt till that 66.5 degree. It means above 20 degrees to above below 60 is almost 40 degrees of variation. We can find the temperate zone. So there we can find this subpolar low pressure belt. What you can find? Subpolar low pressure belt. So between of these two, between of subpolar low pressure belt and also the tropical belt in the region of north and south is called as temperate zone. What is called as temperate zone? So between polar low pressure belts to tropical high pressure belt. The area between of these two area is called as temperate zone in the region of north and also in the region of south. And above subpolar low pressure belts to polar high pressure belt in the region of north and also south is called as polar zone or is called as polar area. Now you try to remember this tropical, temperate and polar regions. I'll come with the today's lesson. Then you can say that classification of winds. Winds are classified. We know that the blowing of air is called as winds. So the winds are classified into three types. One is winds are classified into three types. On what basis the winds are classified? The winds are classified based upon the speed. Fast blowing is called speed, and also the direction. Direction means either north to south, south to east, east to west. Because the winds we cannot say that which direction the winds are blowing. So based upon the speed and also the direction, then the winds are classified into three types. One is called planetary winds. One is called planetary winds. And the next one is seasonal winds. The next one is local winds. Try to understand that. I'll give you the clarity about these three. So the winds are classified into three types based upon the speed and also the direction. One is planetary winds, one is seasonal winds, one is called as local winds. First we'll go with the planetary. These planetary winds are also called as trade winds. Planetary winds are also called as trade winds. What is called as planetary winds? The planetary winds are also called as trade winds. These are the winds which blows on the planet. We know that we all are living on the earth. Earth is also one of the planet. So on the earth, these are the planetary winds are blowing from one direction to other direction. So now we'll see that how many directions the trade winds are blowing from one area to other area. So you see that these are the trade winds are also divided into three ways. One is called easterlies, one is called westerlies, one is called polar winds. Easterlies, westerlies and also the polar winds. So these easterlies also having some other name, that is tropical winds. And westerlies are also having that other name, that is temperate winds. And polar is also called as polar winds. Did you get the point? The planetary winds are also called as trade winds. These are the trade winds are also blowing from one area to other area throughout the planet. So based upon that, these are the winds are divided into three. One is called easterlies or is called as tropical winds. Next, westerlies or is called as temperate winds. And last one is polaris or is called as polar winds. Polaris otherwise called as polar winds. So if you observe that these winds are called as tropical winds. What is called as tropical winds? And these are the tropical winds which are blowing from one area to other area. You observe here, I will draw that. Imagine this is called as north, south, east, then west. And this is called as northeast, southeast, southwest, and also called as northwest. If you observe that, before only I explained that easterlies are blowing from the tropical region. Tropical region. And the tropical region means what? We have a globe. In the globe, the area between equatorial low pressure belts to tropical high pressure belts, that is between 0 to 23.5 degree area in the north and the south, is called as tropics. In the northern hemisphere and also in the region of southern hemisphere, and that area between 0 degree to 23.5 degree is called as tropical zone or tropical areas. So in these tropical areas, we observe that how the winds are blowing. So first, the planetary winds in this one, tropical areas called as easterlies. Easterlies in the sense, the winds are going from the eastern side. So in the northern side, these easterlies are blowing from the region of northeastern side. So goes from northeastern side. If you observe the globe, it blows from the region of north. So northeast direction in the region of northern side. In the southern side, means southern hemisphere, it goes in the direction of southeast direction. You can see southern side, southeastern direction. In the northern side, northeast direction. That is the winds which is called as easterlies are blowing to this side. Clear or not? Can I say one more time? The tropical region, the tropics between 0 degree to 23.5 degree north and also south, is called as tropical winds, otherwise called as easterlies. In the northern hemisphere, these winds are blowing in the direction of northeast direction. In the southern hemisphere, it blows in the direction of southeast direction. Next goes to the westerlies. These winds are different in the region of globe. You see that westerlies in the form of western direction, that's called as west to east. This is called east to west. Eastern is called as east to west, and westerly is called as west to east. So before I explain that easterlies blows from northeast direction in the northern side, southeast in the region of southern side. Come with the westerlies. The westerlies are also called as temperate zone, are also called as temperate winds. And temperate means what? Between 23.5 degree to 66.5 degree north and also south, the area is called as temperate. And if you observe the pressure belts, what pressure belts we can find? The areas between tropical high pressure belts to subpolar low pressure belts. Tropical high pressure belts to subpolar low pressure belt, the between that areas are called as that temperate area. In the temperate area, the winds are blowing from one direction to other direction, so that you can say that westerlies. And in the region of this one, in the southern side, it blows in the direction of northwestern direction. In the southern side, it is different. It is called as northern side. It is called as southern side. In the southern hemisphere, these winds are blowing in the direction of northwest. In the northern side, it is blowing in the direction of southwest direction. So that is called as westerlies. So one more time, westerlies are blowing from northwest direction in the region of southern hemisphere. In the region of northern side, which blows from southwest direction. So here now till we completed that in the globe 0 degree to 66.5 degree, what are the winds can found in the region of north and also the south. Now see the above, the 66.5 degree is called as polar region, or is called as polar areas. In the region of polar region, it's quite different. Here also, in the region of polar region, above 66.5 degree to 90 degree in the region of north and south, the winds are blowing is called as polaris, and these are the polaris are blowing in the direction of eastern direction. Similar ways in the region of northern side northeast, in the region of southern side it is southeast direction. So did you get the point? So one more time I'll go with the clarification. So winds are divided into the three types based upon the direction and also the speed, and there are three types of winds: planetary winds, seasonal winds, and also called as local winds. And come to that, planetary winds are also called as trade winds. And here in the trade winds, first one you can say that the trade winds are divided into three based upon the direction only. One is called easterlies, or is called tropical; westerlies, or is called as temperate; polaris, or is called as polar winds. First, easterlies are blowing from eastern side, westerlies blowing from the western side, and polaris are also blowing from the eastern direction only. First, easterlies, it blows from in the region of northern side, northern hemisphere, northeast, and southern side it is southeast. And one more is called as in the region of temperate belts, otherwise called temperate winds, which blows in the region of northern side southwest direction and northern side northwest direction. Polaris are similarly like a northeast in the northern side, southeast in the southern side. That is the first one, you can say that planetary winds. Next one is called as seasonal winds. What is the next one? Seasonal winds. So seasonal, what is meant by seasonal winds? The winds which comes in the particular season. We have that in the region of India, we have two seasons that you can say that southwest monsoon season and northeast monsoon season, that will learn in the class 7th, even in the class 8th also. You see that full information about seasonal winds. The seasonal winds which come from the high pressure belts to low pressure belt. Actually, sometimes the high pressure starts from the Indian Ocean and which goes towards to the land side, that is the Indian side, because of the Coriolis effect. So we know that what is meant by the Coriolis effect. At the time of Earth revolution, there are some of the changes is also occurs on the Earth. So you observe that what is that seasonal. We have that last 10th class, there was one small concept, how the word Arabic is called seasonal. A long days before, there are some of the people is coming from Arabia and they are moving towards the Indian side. When they are moving towards the Indian side, they observe that some of the winds, when they are going towards to the India, the winds are in one direction. In other side, when they are coming back to the Arabia, they observe that other side of winds. By seeing that these are the people, they use the word is called as Monsoon. So Monsoon is an Arabic word. The Monsoon means seasonal changes. The called as the winds are always changing the direction between one time to other time. So what is meant by season? Season is a word taken from the Arabic word Monsoon. Monsoon means seasonal changes. It is also called as reversing the winds. So one time the wind is going this side, other time the same wind is coming back towards to the other side. So seasonal winds, you can say that India, we have that monsoon. Monsoon is a word also taken from the monsoon only. So we have the two types of monsoons, that you can say the southwest monsoon and also called as northeast monsoon. In Telugu it is called as Isanya Ritupavanalu and also called as Nairuti Ritupavanalu, that you can say that southwest and also the northeast. So southwest means we know that the directions before only I explained that southwest and also called as northeast. So because of this southwest monsoon, almost every part of India is going to be receive the rainfall except that Tamil Nadu and some coastal part, some part of the southern part of Andhra Pradesh. So except that areas, remaining all the areas are going to receive the very good rainfall. Even at present we are receiving the rainfall because of southwest monsoon only, because we are in the month of August. Because southwest monsoon starts in the region of India exactly in the month of June starting. So Kerala receives every year June 1st the rainfall. After June 1st, for every 5 days or every 10 days we are receiving the rainfall. From June to till September end we are receiving the rainfall. After September end come to the November and December. At the time there is a rainfall can found in the region of Tamil Nadu, that it will say that northeast monsoon effect. Okay, why this southwest and northeast monsoon will occur? So because of high temperature in the region of Indian Ocean, there is a high pressure starts in the month end of the May. Because of this high pressure, the winds are blowing towards to the Indian side. Because of some other regions, ITCJ, there you can see the intertropical convergence zones, and also that winds it's coming from the Mediterranean Sea. A lot of effect because of that factor. Winds are blowing from Indian Ocean, and which is blowing towards to the Indian side because of long years of high temperature on the land. It creates that low pressure, on the water it creates the high pressure. Clear? So because of high pressure, the winds are blowing from southwest and it occupies almost all the areas we get the rainfall. So that you can say that seasonal. The seasonal winds comes in the particular area, in the particular time, in the particular period only. So that the monsoon is a one season which we are receiving the rainfall. That's the southwest monsoon and also called as northeast monsoon. And this southwest monsoon and the northeast monsoon comes in the particular time. In the region of India, the southwest monsoon starts in the month of June. In the region of other areas, it's some different periods. And come to that northeast starts in the region of India in the month of October. Or it's called October heats. The time of October, this rainfall will comes, and this rainfall particularly receives the Tamil Nadu, not in every part of India. Then come to the local. So what is mean by local winds? The winds which is blowing from one area to other area. One area to other area, based upon the local conditions. In some areas we have the mountains, in some areas we have the coastal portions, in some areas we have the narrow areas, in some areas we have the deserts. So based upon the local variations, the rainfall comes, that is called as local. So local winds, you can find that third portion. So local areas atmosphere conditions can change the local. That you can say that in some of the areas we are receiving the rainfall, maybe that area conditions, maybe that some different type of things. And also there are two types of local winds. One is saying that hot local winds and also called as cooled local winds. Hot local winds are called as Chinook and also called as Loo. And that you can say that local winds cool, Mistral and Puma and Pampu. So local winds, based upon the local areas, the temperatures can be changed from one area to other area. In one area the temperature is different, other areas temperature is different, based upon the local conditions. Maybe that the area is a mountain area, the area is a coastal area, either the area is a plain area or else called as plateau area. Based upon these all the conditions, local temperatures can be changed. So these local winds are divided into two. One is called hot local winds, and other one is called as cold local winds. Hot local winds, that is Chinook and is low, that you can say that hot local winds, and cool local winds are Pampu and Mistral and Puma. Pampu, Mistral, and also called as Puma. You observe that what is the specialty. In the region, you take an example, Chinook. Chinook is the one you can find in the region of USA and also called as USA and Canada. In that area, this is in a hot local winds bringing the high temperature. Because of high temperature, it removes the coolness. So hot local winds are bringing the high good temperature. Cold local winds are bringing that cool temperature. It means because of this local winds, the temperatures are changing that. What is the use of planetary winds? Because of planetary winds are not uniform throughout the world. So it is different between one area to other area, between one country to other country also. But these planetary winds are changing the temperature between one area to other area. In one area we have the cool temperature, and other area we have that hot temperature. But the changes of temperature between one area to other area is made by the planetary winds only. So because of planetary winds, the season complete the globe can be changes. That you can say that distribution of temperature between one area to other area is also possible because of the planetary only. So one thing, try to understand this small. This is in a small concept, but it takes somewhat difficulty to explanation and difficulty to understand answer. So whenever you are seeing this video, try to see this video once or twice and you can understand the clearly. So one more time, the classification of winds. The classification of winds are divided into three based upon the speed and also the direction. So planetary winds and seasonal winds and also called as local winds. Planetary winds are also called as trade winds, which is divided into three. One is called tropical winds and temperate winds and also called as polar winds. So these are having some different type of directions. Already I explained that. Whenever you are reading or else listening this topic, take the workbook and we have the page number 41 and see, check the globe and also listen the lesson and you can understand that. Next, seasonal we know that monsoon season, and we have the southwest monsoon and also called as northeast. The last one I explained that local. So we know that what is mean by local winds also. So there are some different type of local winds, that is hot local winds and also called as cold local winds also. Hot local winds brings the good temperature. Cool local winds are bringing that very cool temperature. Now see that next topic is called as difference between climate and also the weather. Difference between climate and also the weather. First of all, we should be know that what is meant by this weather and also the climate. So we know that perhaps when we are playing cricket and whenever we are watching the cricket, and in the commentary they're saying that due to the bad weather conditions, the match has cancelled. Otherwise, the match can restart within a 1 hour time. Otherwise, the match has delayed for 1 hour time due to the bad weather or due to the rain. So not only this one, and some of the time we are listening the words. So the fruits of the cost was rising. They're saying that because everyone likes mangoes, grapes, custard apple, these all the things. Whenever we are going to that market, they're saying that today's price of the mango was increased to the 25 rupees. So last month when we going to the market last, we got the mangoes for 50 rupees. After 1 week, the price of the mango was going to the 100. Then when we are asking to the seller, you say that, sir, this is a seasonal fruits, and the seasonal fruits only comes in the particular time. So in the one word you can say that seasonal. So what is meant by a season? Because we are rarely we are listening the word is calling a season. So there is some of the points which we have to know, that even that we some of the time we are not going to play in the outside because of the rainy and because of the high temperature. So there are some of the people will use the word is calling as weather, and there are some of the people they are using the word is called as climate. But no one is having that clarity, because we don't know what is the exactly meaning of weather and what is the exactly meaning of climate. So just try to understand that we have to know that the definition and abbreviation of weather and climate, and when we have to use the weather and also the climate. Now we'll learn about weather and climate. What is meant by weather and what is meant by climate. See the difference between weather and also the climate. First, what is meant by weather? Atmospheric changes over an area, that is short area, otherwise called as limited area, and also called as short period, that is minimum 10 days of time. So weather means atmospheric changes over an area with a limited period, and also the short area is called as weather. See that what is that atmospheric changes? Atmospheric changes means high temperature or else called as low temperature, high or else called as low temperature, and also rainfall, high rainfall otherwise called as low rainfall. Next, pressure, high pressure otherwise called as low pressure. Even that humidity is also a part of atmosphere. Atmospheric means almost all the atmospheric changes in the sense of high rainfall, low rainfall, high temperature, low temperature, high humidity, low humidity, and high pressure and also the low pressure. Because these all the factors are called as atmospheric changes. So these all are the atmospheric changes. Sometimes it is very high or sometimes it is very low. So these are the changes as called as general term is called atmosphere. So these atmospheric changes over an short area. Short means limited area, and short period, particular period means 10 days of period is called as short period. So that is called as weather. So we can use weather means today's weather report. It means today we are saying that maximum 25 degrees, minimum 21 degrees. And we are saying that maximum and also the minimum. Maximum means high maximum, and the low is called as minimum. So that is maybe recording at the time of night, otherwise called as morning time. So that is a weather report. So we can say that today's weather report. We cannot say that today's climate. Climate means atmospheric changes, the same definition. Atmospheric changes over an large period. Or you can say that large period. Period means minimum 30 years. Minimum 30 years, that you can say that over a large period. And also long area, otherwise called as large area, is called as climate. So atmospheric changes over a large period, and also that larger area is called as long area is called as climate. Large period in the sense of 30 years. So we can say that India's climate, but we cannot say that India's weather. Okay. So when we are using the general term about the one day, we can say that weather, but if we are using that long period of time, then we can say that climate. Clear? So that is weather and also the climate. So weather is a short period and also the short area. climate means the large area and also the long period. Short period means 10 years, large period means more than 30 years of time. That you can say that weather and also the climate. So what we learned today? So we learn about what is weather and what is climate and also the classification of winds also. The balance lesson I'm going to be complete in the Zoom section. Thank